Okay, so there is a chance that everything that we just did was live. I'm not sure.
Hold on. We'll go through.
Yeah, I think because I pressed go live here and then I pressed go live there, that all this beginning part that we filmed should still be in there. But hold on, let's see what happens.
Okay.
Oh God, sorry guys for the dead space right here. Fuck, I just. Oh no, okay, let's restart the whole intro.
Okay.
Better hurry, spark it up with no worries.
We literally just did this.
I know.
Very hyphy, get lit just like me. Big bossed up, chop it up with Rylee. You better come with it and kick rocks, cause you now tuned in to Tent Talks. Now let's get lifted and take a shot. You are now tuned in to Tent Talks.
That's a kid's juice, and this is a rock star.
Thank you.
FYI, for anyone trying to demonetize this shit. What's up, guys? Welcome to another amazing episode, as our description usually says.
Tent Talks. Welcome back, campers.
Jeez, that sounds fake. Episode 35.
Episode 35 with Harmonious Yuriy.
And it's Rylee G.
Well, intros are supposed to be like attention grabbing, right?
No, what? It's like we're not on the street trying to grab people's attention. We're the people who are
I know, but like
listening to the intro are already in tune.
Look at your old videos. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel.
No, I'm glad I don't do that anymore. That was so cringy.
But yeah, like everybody does like something.
I feel like everyone.
It.
I feel like a lot of people who like just watch YouTube, they think like, I need to be like this, you know, but it's like, no, you don't really. It's like those people are just like that, you know, but you can do your own thing where you're not
That's
like,
true.
What's up, guys, blah, blah. Because now I'm starting to realize that I actually like videos where people don't even talk at all.
Yeah.
They're just
more
like
chill.
filming stuff and they're just like, this is happening and this is happening. And just kind of like a day in the life video, but with no talking.
Yeah.
Just showing.
Gotta bring the energy a little bit though.
Either way, sorry guys about that. We got a new, I didn't post this on Instagram yet, but we got a new, or our very first stream deck. It's basically a thing that has a bunch of buttons on it that you can program to do anything you want. You could do this with a keyboard, by the way. Like, I could have done this for hundreds of dollars cheaper, but this is a cool method to do it because it just works very fluidly and it has like little screens on it. And I just thought it would be really cool to have. But either way, we got a stream deck. I thought I have it set up so I can press record, press go stream, cue the intro, cue the Patreon names, but apparently when I press stream right here, I still have to press go live on YouTube, which is very frustrating.
But can you figure out a way to put the YouTube button on
Yeah, I have to log in on my Streamlabs app through my YouTube, basically, which I avoid doing, but I'll just have to do it to make this work.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah,
At least
but
we tested it.
Exactly. So we basically like we did. Does that sound super distorted or hella loud to you?
No.
Oh, okay. Basically we did like a whole intro. We played the song and everything, and then it wasn't streaming, and we have to do it again.
So here we are.
Yes. Boom. I hope everyone's having a good weekend and having a good day. But it's been hot as fuck today.
Yeah, today was really tiring.
Nice. Did you take a shower yet?
I took a shower before.
Yeah, me
In
too.
the morning.
But honestly, I was bringing this up to Rylee, and this is gonna lead into one of our topics, which is about the Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher thing with the not showering thing or whatever. And to be honest, I was invited on the No Jumper show, and at the end of the day, and both times I had to. Well, at the end of the day, I was getting a lot of shit for my lack of showering. But basically, I agreed with the fact that you don't have to shower as often. And I thought about it today after we spent a whole day out in the hot sun. Usually I spend every day, I wake up, I go to the warehouse, I'm inside the warehouse, I come home, and that's it. I'm not exposed to high temperatures. I'm always in an air-conditioned room the whole time. It's like I'm never, like, sweating, basically. Like, I'm always just chilling the whole time. And then I never feel dirty or disgusting. But today, Rylee came with me to the Asspizza like denim therapy or like spray painting therapy. He calls it like a therapy session where he'll come to like a random location, bring a bunch of denim, just like hundreds of feet of denim, and people could just come with markers, spray paint, or anything you want. You could literally bring a paint bucket and just go and just fucking throw it on there. But yeah, basically he does this thing where he brings a bunch of denim, invites his fans and followers over, and they could just spray paint and like draw all over it. He's done this many times before. I've never been able to do it because like I have work and like it just like I'm not able to make it on time. But today, Rylee and I were able to go. It was a lot of fun.
It was so fun.
But it was so fucking hot.
Yeah, it was like in a parking lot, so you know, like how in a parking lot, it's
yeah,
just,
exactly.
like, all
There's
the
no
heat.
shade at all.
There's no shade. It's all like straight.
And it was 90 degrees outside, so it was just so hot. And then like I was drenched in sweat the whole time. And then as soon as I got back in my car, I was like, I actually want to take a shower, and I never have that feeling. But it's because
He did say that.
when I was skateboarding every day, it's like when you come home from skateboarding, it's like you're fucking disgusting. You're covered in so much dirt, you know, like, and you've been sweating all day that you just want to just you know, take a shower. And I'm realizing why like I don't take showers. It's because I don't get sweaty like that.
See, I like to take showers because I like to clean the day off. Like, I feel like at the end of the day, there's nothing better than just fucking rinsing off, being in a hot shower, rinsing your face, like washing your face, like feeling clean and going to bed. That's the best feeling ever. And then also I feel like the same thing in the morning. Like, I love waking up in the morning, just taking a hot shower, and it just wakes you up hella nicely.
I like the idea of it, but I can't get myself to do it.
I have to. Like, now I have to. Like, I can't do what you do.
What?
Like, I don't wash my hair every day, but I have to wash my body.
That I find weird. Like, I find it weird when girls go into a shower and like wash their bodies but don't even get their hair wet.
Because you're not supposed to wash your hair with shampoo and conditioner every single day.
But don't wash with shampoo and conditioner. Just rinse it.
No, because that dries your hair out.
Getting it wet?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Either way, point of the story is we went to the thing. I got hot and sweaty. I actually wanted to take a shower. I'm realizing why I don't fucking shower. It's because I don't get hot and sweaty like that. But either way, to get back to the Asspizza thing, we finally went today. It was hella fun.
It was so fun. I got to meet Asspizza for the first time.
That was your first time meeting him?
I felt a little starstruck because Yuriy is always hyping him up and stuff. So when I first saw him, I was like, oh, there he is. I was like telling Yuriy, I was like, I found him.
That's true. You're like, go say hi to him or whatever. But at events like that, it's
so
like
nice.
It's like there's so many people like coming up to the person who throws it, or like, you know, the main people there, that's like you can tell like it almost turns into a line of waiting there to talk to them. So like I didn't want to bug him, so we just went to go start drawing and stuff. And he came over and said hi. He was like, he recognized me. He was like, yo, what's up, blah blah. So that was super cool.
He was really, really nice. I liked him a lot.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and there was actually a lot more people than I thought there was gonna be.
That's what like I really like.
There was a lot of people. I feel like.
Yeah, there was a lot of people, 100%. And that was just. A lot of people know that those therapy sessions are meant for you just to come draw on the canvas, and he might have some items on him to sell to you, but usually it's like it's just to come, you know, chill and do that. But imagine like when he makes a calling out saying, hey, I'm doing a pop-up right here, so hundreds of like thousands almost of people show up. It's like so many people show up, especially if it's like in LA or New York or something. But yeah, I was gonna say is like Rylee was saying like, oh, he's such a nice chill dude or whatever, and I was like yeah, it's like I feel like a lot of other people his age who are in that realm of like fashion and like, you know, having notoriety, having a lot of Instagram followers, like a lot of people will have this like huge sense of confidence. They'll be like, it's like very obvious they're like overly confident, they have like a big head, they're kind of like, you know, it's like certain traits come with like success, and like certain like, you know, like certain personality traits come with that type of stuff, and like it feels like he's avoided all of it, where he's just like
he's very down to earth.
Yeah, exactly. Normal, chill dude. Yeah, exactly. Like I never feel, and yeah, exactly. You can never ever feel like he's that celebrity dude who's just like, can I have an autograph? He's just like, ugh, here you go. You know, it's like he's always down or whatever.
He should have spray painting anything anybody asked. So
that
takes a lot of time.
Exactly, it takes a lot of time, and he's like known for doing that. Where like I don't know who started it off, but like he's been known for doing that, where people will come up to him and be like, hey, here's my shirt, can you spray paint on it or like, you know, draw on it or something? And he'll always be down, and he's only, you know, getting bigger every fucking day. And I remember like some of the recent events, or when I went to go to Melrose to vlog with him, there was so many people doing that. There was some kid came with a giant backpack, and in the backpack he had 3 pairs of pants, 4 shirts, a sweater, and he's like, can you spray paint all of these? And just like, you know, he's getting them spray painted to sell them later
Yeah.
on. You know, it's like that's obviously what he's doing, and even then, Asspizza doesn't care, and he's just like, yeah, fuck it, let's do it or whatever. And I remember when I got that chance to like do that little interview with him, I asked him, I was like, are you ever gonna like stop doing this because it might either become too time consuming or just, you know, frustrating? And he's just like, no, I'm always gonna do this forever.
Yeah.
And that's crazy. That's cool.
Yeah, I like that about him a lot. I think he's a very cool guy, and it was fun. I've never spray painted before, so it was it was such a weird feeling, like, to fill it out, you know?
Yeah, I thought that was really cool when I said, like, I was like, oh, that was really fun experience. I was like, what'd you think?
It
And
was a fun date.
and you were like, oh, I actually really enjoyed it. I was like, oh, I'm glad that you had fun.
Yeah, it was cool.
You've never
do
even
stuff like
you never
that.
pressed the button on a spray can.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I'd have for like when I was in high school, and we would have like homecoming week, where like it's like all crazy and shit.
You make banners?
And floats. Did you guys do like floats? Where
No.
like a parade?
Maybe. I probably just didn't participate in it or
Yeah,
something.
so we like have a big ass parade in our city because, you know, our city's super small,
Uh-huh.
and every class makes a float. And
Like,
so,
what do you mean a float? Like it actually floats?
No, not like it's like, okay, so you know, like in a parade, like the moving vehicle, like with like all the crazy
yeah,
stuff on
yeah,
it.
yeah.
That's what it's called, a float.
So you guys
So like every year,
decorate a car?
yeah, you decorate a trailer.
What a privileged high school. I'm
Really?
kidding.
No, we didn't have what did you have, cooking class and shit? We didn't
Yeah,
have that.
we had one cooking class,
No,
but
we didn't have
you guys are
anything
getting
like that.
cars to decorate?
We had
Whose cars were
nothing.
they?
People would donate them, like families would donate.
That's
Well,
interesting.
no, it's not a car. It's literally like a trailer, like something you could.
Oh, and you
attach,
put
like, a
stuff on
tractor-
top of it,
yeah,
and
you
someone
would-
just
you would
like
make,
pulls
people
it.
would make like a backboard with like wood and stuff. So like every year, for homecoming, there would be a theme. Like one year, it was superheroes. So freshmen was like X-Men, senior or sophomores were like the Incredibles.
Okay.
Like everybody has their own theme, and so
Uh-huh.
like you have to create your float to your theme. And that's where like I would do like the spray painting stuff. Like you would like spray paint like
Colors or just like random
just
shit.
that's going on the flow.
What'd you have to
but,
spray
like,
paint?
It's just solid colors. It's not like I would have to like do like designs and stuff. you
Yeah.
know? So I've never like really tried to draw something with the spray can.
But it's kind of like
It's fun.
It was almost intimidating when you get there to the Asspizza thing because you're like fuck, like he's gonna make clothes out of
I
this.
know, I'm like-
so you don't want to draw like, you know, stick figures or whatever. But then you look around and you realize like everyone's just doodling or whatever. It's like no one's there's a couple people there who had like some really cool pieces, but like no one's coming. Like not everyone there who's coming is just like making some masterpiece artwork. It's like everyone's just doodling, and somehow he makes that into clothes and makes it look nice.
That's why I'm like so curious to see how your pants are gonna look.
My pants?
Or didn't you get the pants? You got the pants, right?
Not the white, not those denim ones. I got one color pants with
the
the patches,
Okay.
with the patches
Oh,
on
yeah,
it.
yeah.
You said patches?
The patches, I mean.
But I was actually thinking that the whole time is like all like we found a couple places to draw, and then at one point I was asking the chat because I streamed while we were there. I was like streaming the whole thing, and I was asking the chat like, what area codes do you guys have? And like we're gonna write your area codes. We wrote so many area codes down, and then I wrote E-Tax a bunch of times. I wrote Harmonious gang like 3 times, and then I was thinking like it would be cool to see like a picture of someone wearing pants with the harmon, like you could see
Yeah.
what I wrote on it, you know, like that would be really cool.
Exactly. I think it's a cool ass idea.
I did the SpongeBob.
Yeah, the SpongeBob looked dope.
It did not look dope.
It did. It did. For spray painting, that looked really good.
It's
And you're not a spray painter like that?
Yeah, it's hard. Like
It is.
like,
And it was windy too.
it was windy, and also we were just using like Rust-Oleum caps. But when you're an actual spray painter, like you're coming to a location with not only a bunch of different colors, but like a bag of different caps. Like because they make caps differently. There's like thin lines, there's wide lines, and like there's people make their own custom caps at home and shit. And like it's crazy, but. If we had like a thin cap, it would have been so much easier to get those nice lines. But it's like you're working with a little bit of area, and your spray paint fucking whole, I mean, like dot is like that big, you know. So it takes up so much space. But either way, I thought it was a lot of fun too, and I'm glad you had a good time as well.
You even got that homeless guy involved.
Oh yeah.
That was cool. He was like, thank you so much for that. It
He
was fun.
was like biking around looking at all the artwork. It must be boring, you know, like it probably gets boring for them
Yeah, he's
after a
probably
while
like,
just
"This is
chilling
dope."
there. Yeah, like a bunch of
And he
people
did
just
a
show
good
up.
job.
I know.
He did do a good job.
It was interesting watching him do it. I was like so confused at first. I was like, what is he doing?
I knew he was like drawing himself.
As soon as I saw hooped earrings, I was like, oh, I think it might be himself.
No, as soon as I saw the little mohawk. Well, no, I don't know. I just felt like he was drawing himself.
I just threw up a little bit in my mouth.
Oh, God.
Like I burped and threw it. Ugh,
Heat exhaustion.
probably. Dude, it was so
I
fucking
know.
hot. That shit was
You were
crazy.
sweating so much. I've never seen
I
you
sweat a
like
lot.
that.
I'm not. Ask my mom. Like I'm just known for like my dad too. My fucking dad drips sweat, and
But
it's crazy because like sometimes I'll go working when I was working with my dad and we'd be installing appliances. Like he would do the simplest little things, and like 2 seconds later he's dripping sweat off his nose. Just it looks like he's like just ran a marathon and shit.
Dude, I feel like I've never really seen you sweat unless you're like going out skating and you come back and you're
That's what
hella
I'm
sweaty.
saying. When I was living at my literally, damn, that's crazy. This completely changed as soon as I moved out of my parents' house, and that's probably because I didn't have to. When I was living with my parents, I wasn't dealing with the stress of, you know, trying to make enough money to pay rent and paying rent and doing all this other stuff. But when I was living with my parents, I was skating way more often, and I was getting like that, like all fucking sweaty all the time, and I was showering every day. And I think more recently, like I turned into this thing where I'm like showering every 3-4 days because I just don't get fucking sweaty. Like, and think about Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis and Coco, what's his name, Ice Cube's wife. Like all these celebrities, they're coming out saying that their showering schedules aren't every day. It's like they're not out there running, playing basketball. Like a lot of these people are like wake up in a $1 million perfectly room temperature, you know, air conditioned apartment. These are millionaires,
Yeah.
right? Like every single section of their life is like temperature controlled. Where it's like they might be out in the heat for like 2-3 minutes as they're walking from the car to the house or the hotel or something like that, but like most of these people's lives is like completely temperature controlled, where it's like you're not sweating or getting tired.
But I feel like if you're like having sex often, you should be showering after having sex too. It gets gross after a while. Like I don't know.
It gets
you
gross.
just feel gross after.
I agree, but you can like I said at the end of the day, it's like you could just grab a rag, go to the sink, grab some warm water and go and just dry yourself up.
Just get in the shower. Scrub that shit.
Scrub that shit. I don't know, like I said, I feel better about myself when I go 3-4 days without showering, because in my mind I'm thinking like, dude, like I feel like 3-4 years ago the news was really talking about the water crisis. Like everywhere you saw like water crisis, drought, and then now we're going through the worst drought ever. It's like there so many things are happening that the scientists and like people are saying like they haven't happened in so long. Like I think it's called Lake Mead, the one God damn it! I think it's Hoover Dam is like holding up like this lake called Lake Mead or whatever, and that lake provides the water for California, Arizona, New Mexico, and like one other state. Basically, there's one lake of water provides water. I mean, there's one lake basically provides water for 4 states, and I think it was like 40 million people. And apparently, you heard that? And apparently this lake is like running dry. It's like at its lowest it's ever been, and they're basically saying that it's not looking like it's going to recover. It's basically going to keep depleting. And then right now, it's this weird thing right now where as we're running out of water, the first people to feel the effects of the water running out are the farmers, which you would expect them to need the water because they're growing food for us. Mm-hmm. But people are going to feel the effects of the lack of water later on, where it's like they could be helping a lot by right now implementing some laws saying shower once a week, shower twice a week, and stuff like that, and that would save a bunch of water. Either way,
oh boy,
like I said, when I see stuff like that about the drought, I feel better about myself about not showering because I'm helping the world.
Well, I do think that you started to develop, I don't know,
laziness.
No, not laziness, but you don't smell like you
Thank
really
you.
don't smell. Like when he's saying that, he really doesn't smell, even if he hasn't showered in 2 days. He really doesn't smell.
Thank
Until
you.
The other day, he really
Bro,
was.
I don't know what that was. It was like
Maybe because you didn't deodorize, but sometimes you don't.
I literally most of the times don't. The only times I do deodorant is when Rylee and I are going out. Like when we're going to a restaurant or we're going out to have like Rylee and I are just going to go like hang out. I usually don't wear deodorant
but
either.
Going off of that, like what I was saying about not washing your hair every single day, it's like you have to like adjust your hair to get used to that, because sometimes a lot of people's hair is like super oily where they feel like they have to wash their hair every single day, but it's actually just fucking up your hair. So You just have to kind of adjust it, and then over time, your hair won't get as oily if you're leaving it dirty longer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think that is what you're doing to your body with not showering every day.
It's protecting itself.
It's protecting itself.
But also, you know what?
I feel like Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis probably don't smell.
I agree too. But you know what I think about when
Who knows?
people like freak out saying like, "Oh my God, you don't shower every day." It's like they think that our bodies are designed around the past couple hundred, past 100 years basically. But it's like our bodies are evolved for we're the product of millions of years of evolution, and most of our evolutionary lives we were not showering every day. So it's like, that's what I'm saying, is like it's not a necessity because we weren't already doing it for so long, but like not often. And I also like bring the comparison to like my village in Russia where there is no we don't have plumbing out there. There's no showers or baths. Like we have a bath house called a banya, and it's basically like a separate room that you build outside. It's basically like a sauna where in there you like clean yourselves. And to get those saunas ready, like to heat up the firewood, get enough humidity in there, like to basically set that shit up takes like an hour or two. And they set up these saunas like once or maybe twice a week at max. And people usually just like clean themselves once a week out there. And I don't think anyone complains.
You get slapped with some leaves.
Exactly. I can't wait till we do that. I want to do that with you so bad, so you can get the experience, because it hurts a little bit because you're like, oh fuck, like I'm really getting beat with some leaves, but it feels so refreshing. Like what we're talking about is like in the banya, in the Russian banya, like it's basically just a sauna where you're sitting there, and next to you is like a bunch of hot coals, and there's like a giant barrel of hot water and a giant barrel of cold, like ice cold water. And what you do is like you take a spoon whenever it gets like you need more steam in there, you take some of the cold water and you pour it over the hot rocks, and it just creates hella steam. And basically you chill in there, you like steam up, get your fucking pores opened up or whatever, and then you'll have like some shampoo. You like take some cold water, pour it over your head, shampoo, rinse it off, and like it all just drains down into the floor or whatever. I don't know how the drainage works, but it just goes down into like through the floorboards. And then once you start washing your body, you don't use body wash. They have this like, it's like a bundle of leaves, and I forgot the name of the leaves, but it's like a bundle of leaves, and then you just give it to your homie, and he just starts whacking you like all over your body. You just like, bah,
does it smell like minty almost?
It doesn't smell minty. It feels minty. Like as they're hitting you, like it's like
stingy.
It hurts, but then it just like
tingly.
It's almost like it's like refreshing. You know what I mean? Like after the pain goes away, it's like, oh my god, like it feels like it's opening up like hella pores and shit. But that's how they clean you out there.
I know.
Then you rinse off.
I'm down to try it. Sounds nice.
Right? And then like one of the what's it called? Rituals, or one of the things that they typically do is like once you finish the banya, you get out, your body's just steaming, like you're super hot, like like you've been sitting in the sun all like the whole like for like an hour, like 30 minutes, and then usually they're made like next to lakes because there's hella lakes all over Russia, and then as soon as you get out the banya, you jump into an ice cold lake. And I don't know why that's good for you, but like
you told me about that.
You jump out, you get into the ice cold lake, you hop out, dry yourself, and then boom, your cleansing process is done. What's interesting about the banyas too is it's like the really good ones is like there's like a room where you clean yourselves, and then there's a separate room where all of them have a room where you take your shoes off and take your clothes off, and then you enter the actual banya. But some of them, the really nice ones, where you the room where you take your shoes off is a little bit bigger, and there's like a table there. There's like snacks and shit, and then people will have like vodka, like chasers, and like some little snacks. Then you'll basically chill in the banya. You go outside to the snack room. You guys would kick it, drink, blah blah, and then go back into the banya. It's like made to just chill,
Higher. It's like a hot tub.
Kind of like hot tub, but like a sauna.
Yeah,
it's like a sauna thing.
I like it.
I wonder how good it is for you. Probably hella good.
It's like a detox.
Dude, you know what I didn't know is Rylee and I I forgot why we were doing this, but we were looking into shower filters because Rylee really because you said you really don't like hard water, and you're saying we have really hard water here because we recently moved, and I was telling you like, oh yeah, we want to get a shower filter, and I was like looking up videos about shower filters, like which ones are good to get and all that stuff, and then I was completely surprised by this, but I saw this one video where they're talking about how our water is obviously chlorinated, right? Like they put chlorine in it just like they do in pools, but they put more chlorine in pools, like it just to kill bacteria and shit. But apparently when you're taking a hot shower, that chlorine is also slightly turning into a gas, like some of it. And then he was saying that like sometimes when you get out of a hot shower, you'll feel like a little bit lightheaded. You know what I mean? Like, and sometimes I'll feel that too, and I'll think like, oh, it's just because I'm like in a hot ass shower. And he says like, no, it's not from the hot shower. It's from inhaling fucking chlorine. And like chlorine is deadly for you. If you get a high amount of chlorine gas, like you just die basically. And he was saying that like some showers will basically like by the time you leave it, you're half dead.
So scary.
And then, like, isn't that crazy? I didn't even think about that. I was like, shit. Like sometimes I'll literally be closing the door and purposely making a sauna in the bathroom just because I want it to be like hella like foggy and shit. And that's fucking chlorine gas. You're just breathing in, fucking getting all fucked up off. Like, bruh.
I know.
That's
because
fucked
I was
up.
telling you, like, I was having that same thing. Like,
I'm feeling lightheaded.
Yeah, I always feel lightheaded after like the shower, or sometimes I'll literally see stars.
Dude.
Do you ever see stars?
Not in the shower.
But have you ever?
Yeah.
Yeah. I hate that feeling.
I know.
It is weird because it does feel like the cartoon. I'm like, oh my god, this is really what the cartoon feels like.
I know, right?
Mhm. But yeah, sometimes I feel like that after a shower.
Have you ever done that thing where you go
and you feel like smoke?
no, and then you keep doing that. You keep like, you know what I'm talking about, where you hold your breath and go, and you, like, it's kind of like you're like building pressure in your head.
I never want to do that.
If you do that, I remember when I was in 2nd grade, me and all my friends were like sitting in a circle, and one of my friends, I forgot his name, he's like, yo, dude, you guys know if you do this, like, and he did it for like a minute. He like fucking like stumbled and like fucking like passed that onto like a chair, and he's like, oh, whoa, he's like, it makes you fucking like zone the fuck out or whatever. And we were like, oh, what, like, let's all try it. And then me and all my friends started fucking doing that thing where we're just like I don't know how to describe that. It's like you're just building pressure in your head, and I would just describe it like kind of like looking at a fuzzy TV, you know, like the snow or whatever, where it's going like shh, like it literally makes your vision fade to that, and then it fucking brings it back. Is that what you mean by stars?
Yeah. Well, sometimes it'll just be like I get out of the hot shower and I feel dizzy. It's like just little beams.
But you take hot showers,
I
dude.
do. I like it really hot.
I like it really hot. And same thing with my fucking dad too, bro. He takes fucking hot ass fucking showers too. But either way, how many topics did you have written down? I didn't even ask you before. You have a couple.
Yeah.
Before we get into the topics, I want to give a huge shout out to our sponsors. Still get your topics out though. I want to give a huge shout out to our sponsors. First one is Stay Grounded, like always. Thank you so much, Stay Grounded.
Stay Grounded. And
Stay Grounded, or Grounded TV as well on Instagram. They've been posting a lot of shit, funny shit recently as well. But I want to give a huge shout out to Stay Grounded. They've been a sponsor for a long time, and they're basically an Instagram page about fashion. So like all they do is they post upcoming brands, new brands, or like popular brands, all their drops and all that stuff. It's like basically a news information thing that's heavily updated and tapped in for fashion shit. So if you guys like are into fashion, like looking for clothes, looking for drip, looking for new companies, I would follow them. And then also if you guys have a company and you guys are trying to promote it, I would also get in touch with them, because they do this thing where they post on their stories, they will post different articles of clothing, and they say like, would you cop or not, and like you basically get like a giant audience's reaction to, you know, you get people's opinion about your shit if you guys don't have that type of audience yet. But either way, huge shout out to Stay Grounded. It's Stay Ground DEAD on Instagram. Thank you guys so much. And then also Sloppy Poppy. Thank you so much, Sloppy Poppy. You're the man.
Sloppy Poppy.
Either way, you guys don't have to shower. Save the world, please.
Oh my god.
Imagine we can convince everyone in the world to shower less. How much water we would save? How much fishes
You're right.
wouldn't get stuck in the sewers?
Okay. What's your next topic?
Okay, let's just talk about this because we forgot to talk about it last week. I have to do something at the end of the month that I've been avoiding my whole life, and it scares the shit out of me, and that is getting my wisdom tooth pulled out. And honestly, now that we're approaching the date, I'm reaching this point where the pain went away, and I'm like, fuck it, I kind of want to skip the appointment and just like see what happens later. It's fucking scary, dude. Like, I have to get my wisdom teeth taken out, and I don't know if you guys have ever noticed, probably you have, my bottom teeth are crooked as fuck, and my wisdom teeth are coming out, pushing my bottom teeth together even more, making them even worse. But this, my right tooth recently, my right wisdom tooth has been like, I think like a week or two ago, it was coming out again, and it was causing so much pain. And then all of a sudden my ear was just like hurting, like the inside of my ear felt like like took a Q-tip and just fucking started jamming it in my ear. It was like hurting so bad.
Hella pressure.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then I looked it up. I was like, ear pain, blah, blah, blah. And then I also remembered, like, oh, my wisdom tooth literally just started hurting, and then my ear started hurting. I looked it up, and it says that if you have an impacted wisdom tooth, which means it's growing and it's hitting a block where it can't grow anymore, it's gonna hurt your ear. And, like, it could also cause swelling and a bunch of other shit. It could cause a blood infection in your tooth that can cause toxic shock, which can make you die. Like, it's like a bunch of scary shit. But either way, I fucking have to go at the end of the month to get my wisdom tooth removed. And I'm not sure if it's going to be just this one or these two or all of them done. I don't want to get all of them done because I've been looking up videos of like how they do this process and everything. And the fact that my ear hurts is a symptom of having an impacted wisdom tooth. So I looked up videos of how they take out impacted wisdom teeth. Bruh, they literally have to take a scalpel, slice like a fucking cube under your tooth, like peel the fucking gum out, and then just like destroy your tooth to take it out into in pieces. Like, bro, the process seems so scary. And then it even said that if your tooth is too heavily impacted and the dentist can't do anything, they have to take you to the doctor and fucking do this jaw surgery to get it. It's, bruh.
This is why I told you not to look up videos.
It's so fucking scary.
But you gotta realize that these doctors do this all the time.
I know.
It's a normal procedure. I know it's scary.
I
haven't gotten mine taken out, so I don't know.
I hate teeth shit.
Me too. I fucking hate it.
Like, I hate the idea of them taking a needle and fucking sticking in my gums. That's already crazy enough. Oh god, like, but the fact that they're gonna be fucking breaking my tooth and pull it. Oh my god, bro.
They have to like open it for you, like keep it open. Like they put that sucker in you to keep the spit. I hate it all.
And to be honest, when I was a kid, I remember thinking when I was like 13, I remember hearing like, oh, you're gonna have to get your wisdom teeth pulled out. I remember thinking like, I'm just gonna get put to sleep. I'm gonna get put to sleep. I'll wake up. It'll be done. You know, and unfortunately, I'm the type of person who thinks a lot about the logistics of everything, and I just think a lot about the details of a lot of shit. And a long time ago, you know, I looked into the details of being put to sleep for surgeries. That shit is fucking dangerous as fuck. Like, for doctors to, you know, put you to sleep with a gas or whatever, you're basically every time, I don't know what the chances are, but there's always a certain percentage chance that you're not going to wake up from that gas. And Rylee and I recently saw a video about some girl who went in for breast surgery. An 18-year-old girl went in for breast surgery and she just didn't wake up from the gas. Like, it just
it makes
Kanye's mom, that's how she passed away. She went in for some sort of surgery and she didn't wake up from the gas. You know what I mean? So it just like, it seems so easy, like, oh yeah, I just want to get put to sleep. But then you think about it, like, do I really want to risk death over my teeth? You know, it's like, I'd rather get put, you know, go through the bullshit of the pain or whatever. But so yeah, I always thought like I would just get put to sleep, but now I'm realizing like I'm just gonna have to sit there and just freak, and I have to do this. And what sucks is like, if you smoke weed, you think is like, you know, it cures pain once you're in pain. But if you smoke weed before you get the pain, it makes the pain more noticeable and like it hurts more. Like, I don't know what studies are done to prove this, but it's like a known thing that smoking weed before you get a tattoo is not a good idea because you're gonna be like, it's actually gonna hurt more, you know?
Yeah, I know.
And like alcohol is like another thing where alcohol helps, but it makes you bleed. It makes you bleed more. So it's just like, it makes the doctor's fucking job more difficult. So I'm literally gonna have to go into this sober, and then after you get your wisdom teeth taken out, you can't smoke because you get hot pockets or whatever they're called, like, or dry sockets. And it's like, I can't smoke before. I can't smoke before or after, dude. It's gonna be so bad.
Maybe you'll go sober.
No, I think I'm gonna switch to popping Percocets and Vicodins. Yeah, I'm literally gonna have to pop a perk, babe.
Well, you're going to have to for a couple days probably. But no.
I'm gonna be popping. I'm gonna be sipping.
No.
Oh my god, dude.
Oh god, I'm scared.
I'm fucking scared. They're gonna, bro. They're gonna inject my fucking gums. They're gonna yank my tooth out.
It's gonna be okay.
I'm not looking forward to it.
It's gonna be fine.
And I thought about like, oh, should I stream it? And I was just like, no. Like, I'm literally like, I'm gonna be in such a vulnerable state where I'm literally probably gonna cry from like being scared. I'm gonna be like, fuck, like, dude, it's gonna be so bad. Yeah. I'm gonna be holding on to your arm. I'm gonna break your fucking like hand because I'm gonna be holding so tightly. I'm just be like, oh, fuck. And also, bro, I didn't talk about this yet because I didn't bring up the wisdom tooth thing yet, but I called my mom as soon as my ear started hurting. I called my mom, and I come from a Russian family. We're all born in Russia. You know, we're
Oh my god.
always trying to save money as much as possible. I called my mom, and I'm like, Mom, my wisdom tooth is ready to be taken out. Like, it's hurting super bad. My ear's hurting. It's an impacted tooth. And I'm telling my mom, like, can you please? And I called her specifically saying, don't. Like, it's not, I was not telling her, like, oh, I need to go as soon as possible, blah, blah. I was saying I need to go as soon as possible, but I was basically, I called her saying, like, hey, can you recommend me a dentist that I can call to make an appointment? Like, at this point, I don't have dental insurance. I don't have any of that. I'm going to have to, like, figure out some sort of payment plan or some situation in which we could pay this off. And I looked it up, and it is expensive, but it's not that crazy expensive. Like, I saw it could be up to $1,000 for all 4 teeth to be taken out. So I feel like that's manageable. We could pay that off. So I was just saying, like give me some a dentist names so I can call them or whatever and schedule an appointment. And then my mom's like, Yuri, don't go to a dentist. She's like, I have a homegirl who used to be a dentist, and she quit being a dentist professionally, but she still has all of her gear, like all that stuff that you see in a dentist office. She took it all home with her. It's all laid out in her office, like a dentist office, and she works out of her garage or something like that, of her house. And she was just saying, like, it's gonna be so expensive to go get it done professionally. Do it from this garage. She does it professionally, but it's just under the table type shit. And I was like telling my mom, like, dude, I am so scared of teeth things, like even fillings, like all that. I'm so scared of all that stuff. It's like a phobia or some shit that if I am gonna get it done, I want it done in the most 100% professional, comfortable environment possible. I don't want to be in some fucking garage and I don't know where having some lady like inject me, which, dude, like, no. And then I was telling my mom, like, no, I'm scared, I'm going to a real doctor. And I had to get into this like whole 10-minute basically argument with my mom, explaining to her, like, I do not want to go to a garage doctor. I want to go to a real doctor.
I know. I could just hella see her trying to convince
She
you.
was, and my dad was there too. My dad's like, I got all 4 of my wisdom teeth pulled by her. It was perfectly fine. You should go. My dad went there. And I was like, bro, like, I'm not, dude. I'm not trying to.
They're real ones. They're real ones. But no. At least you got your appointment. It's going to be fine. It's going to be taken care of. I'm going to take care of you after.
I'm going to have to figure out.
They do this all the time, babe.
I know. I know, but it's.
I know you're
oh
scared.
My God. But I'm going to enter this state where you can't even answer. You might not even be able to ask me any questions. Like, I'm going to be in this, like, monk. Have you seen that picture?
I know.
Have you seen that picture of that monk who's sitting on the floor? He poured gasoline all over himself and he lit himself on fire, and he stayed in the Zen position until he died. He didn't like scream from pain or twitch or anything. He stayed in the Zen position, burning alive until he died. That's gonna be my energy. Like, I'm gonna go into this fucking dentist surgery prepared for death. You know, like, I'm gonna go in there just like, whatever happens. Like, fuck it. Like, however much pain I go through, whatever. Dude, I don't even want to think about it.
It's gonna be okay.
But I'm gonna enter some Zen ass mode, and
Yeah, just think positive.
I might not. No, I'm not gonna think at all. I'm just nothing.
You're gonna shut off.
Shut everything off. You might ask me like, babe, are you okay? I'll be like, I'm not even gonna answer your
You're gonna be
question. Just me thinking. Oh God,
It's gonna be okay.
bruh, you have to get your shit done too.
I know. I don't want to.
Bruh, I don't want to. Bro, I don't want to either. I'm so jealous of people who say that they haven't had to get their shit done.
Yeah, me too. I've seen some allergic reactions and shit. Where
What do
it's
you mean?
scary. My friend Hannah, she had a really bad allergic reaction to her wisdom teeth coming out. Her cheeks were swollen like this, babe. For
Fuck
weeks. I'm
that.
not even
For weeks?
I'm not even exaggerating. They were so swollen. I felt so bad for her. I think she did have the dry socket. I don't know. I think she might have.
Was she smoking?
No. I don't know. I know she just had an allergic reaction, but I remember she would have to like flush her gums out and stuff in class.
In class?
She would have to go to the bathroom.
And just, oh my God, bro, I'm gonna get roasted.
I know. I felt so bad.
And then, honestly,
But I've never seen that happen to anybody else but her.
oh really?
Yeah.
This
Really?
is something I brought up to Rylee a while ago, where I was saying how I said earlier, my bottom teeth are crooked as fuck. My top teeth are slightly straight, but they're also still very crooked, and it's because I think my parents told me that I have one extra tooth. Like, you're supposed to have 32. I've had 33 3 or something like that, and that makes the wisdom teeth coming in even worse. But like I've told Rylee before that like I've always wanted to get braces, but just something like my family could never afford or whatever. And then I thought about it. I was like, if they get both wisdom teeth out, there's gonna be so much extra space that they could potentially put like bottom braces in and strain that bitch out.
Yeah.
But then, do I want to be the 27-year-old guy with braces? I'm gonna get roasted.
Really?
He said, "Yeah." Do you want to have braces?
You don't even show your bottom teeth at all. And your top teeth are perfect.
If you had to get braces, you'd be like, "Babe, I'm getting Invisalign. I cannot."
Oh
be
yeah,
seen
I'm
with
getting
braces."
Invisalign. I've had braces though. I had to go through that phase.
On both teeth?
On both teeth.
On both
For
rows?
over a year.
Over a year?
But my sister had hers on for like 5-7 years, I think. So mine wasn't even that long.
I would feel like a new man if I had my bottom teeth are straight.
I know.
I'd be like, "What the fuck? That feels trippy." Either way, let's get into one of your topics now. Let's switch.
Okay.
You-
So I have a story.
Oh.
And I kind of told you a little bit about it. But like I said, I used to work for the salon.
Uh-huh.
And I had this coworker who worked with us for like a short amount of time, but she was also like an assistant like I was. And like I think her first day of work with me, she was telling me the story like, "Oh my God, Catfish, the TV show, reached out to me because I know, or like I've been trying to talk to this guy for like the past I think 13 years or something, like 11 years or something crazy like that, but I've never like seen him or talked to him on the phone or anything."
How did they know that to reach out to her?
Because I think she like submitted in.
Oh, that makes sense.
And then they probably picked her story. And I was like, is this cap? Is this not cap? And then like she showed me like his profile and she told me like he was like a kind of like a popular YouTuber and stuff.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, this seems kind of weird. Like maybe the guy is a catfish and like he's just like using a fake profile kind of thing.
Okay.
And
like impersonating the YouTuber guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like his Instagram, you know?
Uh-huh.
And but I was like, I don't know. I really couldn't tell. And she seemed legit. So I was trying to like give her the benefit of the doubt, but you know, I didn't really know her yet. And she like slowly left the salon after that. And recently, like the past week, I follow her on Instagram and she posted like, "Watch Catfish this week. My story is gonna be told." Blah blah blah.
Oh my God.
And she was legit on the show. I watched the whole show, and it was true. Like she hasn't seen this guy, talked to him in 13 years. The people through Catfish like reached out to his mom, tried to link like his phone line and stuff, and it was like connected to his ex-girlfriend and shit. Like it was like there was like hella drama, and his mom said that the Snapchat she had, like where they've been like contacting, wasn't his Snapchat. So like they both, the people who like do Catfish or whatever, I think his name's Neve or something.
Uh-huh.
He was like, okay, so I think this is like a fake person or whatever. And so they bring her back on and they tell her like, "Oh, we did some research and we talked to his mom and she says that's not his Snapchat." And she was like hella disappointed, like brokenhearted. And she's been talking to this guy for hella long, which is like, okay, we could get into that after that. But anyways, at the end of the story, they ended up finding his contact information, got him, and it was really him.
The whole on that Snapchat.
Yes, the whole time.
It was like it's probably like private Snapchat.
Private that nobody knew about.
Oh my God.
But it ended up being him, which I was like super
Why did they
surprised.
not meet for 13 years?
I don't know.
And also, was she seeing anyone else?
Yeah, she was married. Yeah, she was married. That's
Is she
there's
still-
so much twist. You
Is she
should
still
watch
married
it.
or divorced now?
No, they're divorced now.
But she was talking
But when she was at the salon, she was married too.
What? So she's
So
not
I think she got divorced because she thought she might have a chance of meeting this guy.
Bro, that guy was probably laughing. He's probably like, "Ha, you left me for some guy you never met?" Dude, what the fuck?
I know.
I
It
wonder-
was crazy. I was like so shook.
Did you watch the full episode? Did she ever send him any money? Like, did he ever ask her for any favors
No,
or anything like that?
She didn't say she sent him any money or anything. It was crazy. And I still follow her on Instagram, and they're together.
Really?
now, yeah.
Why did it take 13
I
years
don't
for them to
know.
meet?
And it's like, how do you not at least FaceTime or like talk on the phone at all? Like you're just Snapchatting each other, And she said he would like Snapchat her pictures of like his Instagram photos, which is like so sus.
Yeah, that's so weird.
But it was him.
Imagine it wasn't him, and then when they reached out, he like looked at her photos and he was like, "Oh shit, damn! Like she has a relationship with quote unquote me." You know, he's like, "Yeah, that's me."
Yeah, that's me. maybe that did.
And then she actually links up with him. She's like, "This is not the guy I was talking to. You're boring. you actually whack."
No, they look happy. So
damn,
to her.
that's crazy. I would be embarrassed to like tell someone like, I've been talking to this girl for 13 years. I've never met her.
But he had a girlfriend too. So like they were dating other people, I guess, and fine with that. But they were still, maybe they were just having like a friendship that was flirty. I don't know.
That's shiesty. Are you talking to any people like that?
No.
How about
they obviously had a weird relationship.
That is very weird.
I'm not gonna speak on their relationship, but
I don't know.
I don't know if they were dating or not, but I don't know, because they never met each other, so maybe I don't know.
What do you think of like people who are in like obvious committed relationships or even married, and then like the husband either has like a girl that is just one of his close friends that he does spend time with or whatever, like, but it's just his close friend, or the wife has like a guy that's her close friend. Like, what do you think about relationships like that? You think those even exist?
I don't know. Do we have that?
I feel like there's like I've told you about this girl, Lana, that I grew up with or whatever, and it's like I've known her my whole life. But same thing with Kirill. I haven't talked to her in like 7-8 years. You know what I mean? So it's just like I do still consider her a close friend because I've known her my whole life.
Yeah.
You know, since I was a kid. But I haven't talked to her in like 8 years. So it's just like, but I don't know. It's strange.
I don't know. I had close guy friends, but like I feel like I'm just not close to them anymore. You know?
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I don't see anything wrong with it.
Could that exist?
Yeah, I think so. Especially for childhood friends and stuff. Like, why not?
But what if it's not a childhood friend? What if you just like meet someone, you guys are just like, we both like the best stuff, like the similar stuff, like.
I don't know. That is a little weird.
Right? It could quickly turn into a thing where it's like.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. That's a little weird.
Right?
I don't know. I don't know. That is a good question, dude.
Once
You got
you're
me thinking.
in a committed relationship, you're limited to friends of the same sex.
Yeah.
Bum bum bum. Either way, one of the other topics, I have 3 more topics listed, but one of them is it's not really that big of a topic, but just kind of surprising, and I thought it was funny because I remember the topic listed. It says woman. I thought she was missing, but she's not missing. So they're looking for this woman because they're angry at her. It's not because she's missing. It just says it's the title of this video that Rylee and I saw. It said looking for woman who was caught feeding coyotes raw meat. And I thought it said looking for women. I thought like she was missing or something like that. But no, there's like video evidence of her doing it, but they don't know who it is. So they're like looking for us to punish her, like with the ticket or something like that. She's not actually missing. She's just on the run, or they just don't know who it is. But I remember watching a Joe Rogan podcast a long time ago. I forgot who the guest was, but one of the guests he brought up like a interesting thing where he says it's a dangerous thing when Disney movies use animals as characters. And he's like, and they were saying like it seems so innocent when like you see like a bear hanging out with a snake, and like they're all just like all these dangerous animals, but they're portrayed to be friendly and have these human type personalities or whatever. And he was saying like for certain people who see that growing up their whole life and don't have any actual face-to-face interactions with animals, like they might have this predisposed idea of animals where they think they're friendly, or they think they're gonna be like caring, or like they think they're gonna be like people, and then once they meet a bear, they might try to like come up to pet it, and the fucking bear's gonna eat the fucking dude or whatever. And then they were just like talking about this topic, and I thought it was really interesting. And then I see this shit where this lady is basically feeding coyotes raw meat in the hills, and it's like, I'm not saying coyotes need to starve, I'm not saying like don't feed the coyotes, but like I mean like they shouldn't eat or whatever, but they find their own food.
Yeah, they're not domesticated animals.
They're not domesticated animals, exactly. And then also, they're the types of animals that you like to you know, in olden terms, like keep away from the village. Like there's there's certain animals like bears, fucking wolves, coyotes. They know not to come to areas where people live because they'll get killed. You know what I mean? Like people will basically scare them off. Like no, the animals know like don't come near there. We're gonna get murdered. And also it's safe for the people because you don't have to worry about your kids walking around. Like imagine a kid running into a coyote who like. Bro, imagine like a group of kids hiking through that area where the fucking lady's feeding the coyotes every fucking week or every day at the certain time, and the kids fucking just pass by at that time and she's not there, and there's like 10 coyotes there ready for some raw meat.
Yeah.
Bruh, fuck that.
Exactly. No, when I saw that, I was like, hell to the no.
It just seems
there is an issue already out here with the coyotes.
Exactly. There's too many of them.
They're hurting all the cats. So...
Facts.
No.
Tons and
I mean,
tons.
that's just common sense. Come on, girl.
I know. It's like, I would understand.
Like,
yeah. I don't know. Maybe a bunny. But even bunnies don't even fuck with people. Like, they're so scared.
They hate.
Exactly. It's like, dude, it's like, you live in the city. You know what I mean? Like, you're not living in the woods. You're not one with the animals. You're fucking.
The picture of her with all the meat.
Bro, it's like, you're taking the time out of your day, number one, and then you're buying the meat for like what is the purpose of this? Exactly, like, a bunch of raw meat, bro.
Raw
you can't just bring one steak. That's a snack to one of these coyotes. If you're feeding a bunch of them, you're bringing 10 pounds or like 11 pounds of fucking meat.
Yeah, that's fucking
either way,
crazy.
what a dumb fucking lady. Don't feed animals in the wild. It's like it's a dumb idea, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, there's very few circumstances in which I think it's fine to feed an animal in the wild, and it's just like, bro, even I have this story, it just reminded me of the day I was tricked by a fucking squirrel.
Oh, yeah, I was about to say, even squirrels, you can't fucking feed them. They're vicious.
Oh shit.
Mr. Ruchis dropped about $4.99 through Super Chat. What's good, gang?
Thank you so much, Mr. Uchi. Shout out to you, man. Thank you so much for the $4.99. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining the stream. But, you know what I was going to say is, I had this best friend back in the day, Victor. Shout out to Victor. I used to hang out with him every single fucking day. We would go to Plummer Park and just bullshit. Just find things to do. Like, anything. We were just so bored. And then one day we were kicking it, and the park had this, like, community center. And... like now it's kind of like there's more people there, but at the time no one was even, there was even no workers there. It was literally just like a bunch of empty rooms in like a hallway, and then you could just go in there, and like the doors were left open because there was a bathroom in the hallway, but other than that there was like nothing going on in there. And then there's like this, once you enter the hallway, there's another door that exits to this like private like little picnic area, but once that door closes, it's locked. You can't get back into the hallway. You have to like fucking call the community center and ask like a worker to come help you or whatever, or some shit like that. And either way, so Victor and I are bored. We go inside the community center. We're going in the hallway, and then we're eating Snickers. And I see either Victor and I, like one of us sees a fucking squirrel, and like we're like, oh yo, look, check out that squirrel. It's on the other side of the door that I'm talking about that locks. And like if you get on the other side, it'll lock you out into this picnic area. And we see the squirrel on the other side of that door, and we're like, oh shit, like yo, look, it's a little squirrel. And I'm like, yo, let me see if I can give it a piece of this little Snickers because it has like nuts in it. So I open the door. And I'm like, yo, come here, like, grab the Snickers. And then the squirrel comes, like, closer. It comes, like, a little close. And then it fucking backs up, like, 5 feet. And then just, like, stares at me. And I'm like, all right. And then I'm like, and then we both fucking get a little bit closer. I put it to its face again. It comes up close. And then, boom, backs up another 5 feet. It goes even further back. And then we're like, oh, shit. And then, like, we keep going forward. And then, boom, the fucking door closes. And then the squirrel just runs away. And I'm like, bruh. We're fucking stuck here now. And I forgot what we did. I think we had to sit there, and we were just sitting there. We didn't even have cell phones because we're kids. So we're just sitting there fucking in this picnic area just like, fuck. Like this fucking squirrel just fucking trapped us in this picnic area. I'm trying to feed that shit.
I thought the squirrel's going to attack you.
No, it fucking just like, it kept going back. And then once we got close enough, the door closed and fucking booked it. And we were just like, bruh. And then I think we literally had to sit there for like 10, 15 minutes until someone came. I forgot how we got out of there, but I remember the door shut, and we had this moment of realization where we're like, we're fucking stuck here. What do we do?
Jesus Christ.
And ever since then, we've always been like, dude, we got fucking tricked by a squirrel.
Dude, no, I went to Yosemite with one of my friends from high school.
I'm jealous of that. That sounds fun.
And we were getting attacked by squirrels.
Because you're trying to feed them?
I don't even remember why they were coming to us, but maybe we were feeding them at first,
Mhm.
and they just kept coming up to like our fucking table, like trying to climb. Like they were like getting close to our feet and shit, like trying to climb on us.
I bet you
shit.
people who always go to that table feed the fucking
Yeah,
squirrels, and they
so,
think they
like,
can get hella close.
We were having to stand on top of the like tables, like
Hiding
fucking
from
walking.
them.
Oh my god, it was so scary. I hated it.
Yeah.
Don't
Don't feed
fucking-
animals.
don't feed
Yeah,
them.
exactly. Unless you own the animal.
They'll figure it out. That's why
Speaking of
they
which,
live in the wild.
I don't think we talked about this, but this happened a while ago. But I have a Ring system, and I get all these notifications like this happened in the area, this happened in the area, and then a while ago we got this notification of this guy who took a video of this giant tortoise, and he's like, found this 100-pound tortoise walking around the streets. I don't know whose it is, but I walked it back to my backyard, and I've been feeding it celery. Remember the missing tortoise? And I was like, what? So I was like, no way, someone fucking is missing a tortoise, and this guy somehow like took it back to his house, and he took a picture of him feeding it celery or something like that, and then and literally like 3-4 days later, I saw another post of some guy, another account saying, missing tortoise. Has anyone seen this tortoise? It was a picture of that tortoise, and I was like, that's crazy, dude. Like, people are really owning tortoises out here, and they're fucking escaping somehow.
Oh my
Speaking
god.
of fucking animals, but whatever. Don't feed them.
That's so funny.
You wanna get into
and
your
no,
next-
you trolled them.
What?
You're like, don't feed them
Oh, yeah.
celery.
Because I saw that post and I showed it to Riley. I was like, this is ridiculous. I was like, someone's missing a tortoise in Los Angeles. Like, what? Like, who? Like, it doesn't even make sense that a tortoise is just walking around the streets like that. But either way, I saw that. I thought I already didn't really take it seriously, so I left a comment saying like, oh my god, celery? Tortoises are extremely allergic to celery. Like, how much did you feed it or something like that? And the dude replied saying like, oh, I just fed it. Like, it seems to be doing fine. Blah blah. He's like, I just looked it up. It seems tortoises can eat celery or whatever. And then I replied saying like, no, that's a Russian spinning turtle. Like, they're extremely allergic to celery. It can die immediately. Like, I was just, I don't know, fucking with the dude. But
That was so funny.
hopefully the fucking tortoise found its home.
Yeah.
Either way, get into your next topic.
Really? What about yours? I just brought one up.
Then I brought one up, and then now it's your turn. We're gonna
What
go.
did you just bring up?
Um,
yeah, the animal shit.
the animal shit. Yeah, I'm gonna go grab the wheat stuff as well.
Okay.
Give me 1 sec.
Ooh. Okay. Should we talk about what happened today?
Oh my god.
So we had another fiasco happen.
to talk
You don't?
Ugh, okay, we can.
Okay, we
I-
had another fiasco happen today.
I just know what people are gonna say.
No. It's not even.
People are gonna be like, pussy, snitch.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, then let's not.
We could
Begged
talk.
off the K dropped a bag
No,
$4.99 through Super Chat. Hi.
Thank you so much for the $4. Let's just talk about it.
You want to?
We already said it basically.
No.
Yeah.
We don't
People are gonna be like, "Oh, talk about the things," and then we're gonna be angry or tripping about. Either way, basically,
to.
Riley
Well, they
and I.
could blame it on me.
It's not your fault. It's this guy's fault.
Yeah, it's this guy's fault.
Either way, Riley and I, we leave the Asspizza Therapy session feeling nice and relaxed. You know, had an hour and a half of therapy. We go. We're driving home, and then we're both. It was super hot, so we're both extremely parched. We're like thirsty as fuck. And then we see 7-Eleven, and I'm like, yo, you want to go grab a drink real quick? She's like, yeah, I'm so down, I'm so thirsty. We pull up to the 7-Eleven, and then as we pull up, there's no cars there. There's no one there. And then to the very, very right, there's like a bunch of dumpsters. And then hanging out next to the dumpsters is like this dude and these two sketchy-looking girls. And then either way, so they're just hanging out there or whatever. Riley and I walk into the 7-Eleven. And then, no, actually, before we, as we park up, as we're like grabbing all our stuff to come, to go in or whatever, the dude walks in before us to the 7-Eleven, and then Riley and I grab our stuff. We walk into the 7-Eleven. As I open the door, Riley walks in first. That dude is there, and he's standing there with the blue shirt, blue bandana, fucking tied around his head, just looking like a corny. It does not look like a fucking gangster at
not
all.
at
Looks like a
all.
corny ass
Like
like
a fucking movie.
crackhead
Yeah.
gangster or whatever. Anyways, he's standing there
Like
with the
a
blue
Halloween
shirt,
costume.
blue bandana tied around his thing, and he's shorter than me as
Yeah.
well. Actually, no, maybe like
He
same
was
height, but he's a
shorter.
little bit shorter than me. Either way, standing right there, and then as soon as we walk in, there's all these aisles, and then Riley immediately goes to the left, and then I'm like a little bit behind her, and then I walk behind her walking, and then I hear him say, I forgot what, I didn't even catch what he said. He said something,
And it sounded like it was directed towards Rylee, but I just didn't even pay attention to it. I was like, whatever, let's just avoid this. And then we're going to go grab our drinks from the refrigerated section. And then we go to the very back to grab like a iced cup or whatever to grab some drinks. I mean like a Pepsi or some shit. And then as we go to that section, this dude walks up again to Rylee, and Riley's like ahead of me. And then by the time he walks up, I'm like right there, and he goes, y'all together or something like that. And then
like, yeah, we are.
And then Rylee goes, yeah, we are. And then I'm like, yeah, we are. And then like I say it, and then he just like is staying there or whatever. And then like we're just like looking at each other. And then he goes like, what's up? You got a problem or something like that? And I'm like, I answered your question. I was like, we're together, like blah blah. And then I was like, that's it. Like, what do you want now? And then he's just like, I'll fuck you up, white boy, you little nerd, blah blah blah. And then I was just like standing. I don't think I even said anything at this point. I was just like standing there, just like waiting for him to do something. I was just thinking like something's about to happen, just standing there. Riley's behind me, going like, no, stop, Yuriy, stop,
because
stop.
I saw this fool pull out a fucking knife.
I didn't see that, but Rylee says that he
pulled a knife out. No,
pulled a
Yuri's
knife out.
Like, no, like what the fuck? Like, shut the fuck up. Like, go away, look away. Like, get the fuck out of here, type of shit.
I forgot what I said. I said a bunch of shit.
He's like, what the fuck you say? Like, blah blah blah. And like, he has a knife like at his like pants, you know. Like,
I didn't see the knife.
So the people at the cash register couldn't see.
Oh, okay.
And so that's when I saw that, and I was like, fuck no, I'm not like letting this shit happen.
And Rylee was just like, stop.
I was like, no. I was like, can you go? I was like, can you just stop?
And I was just like standing there, like just waiting for him to do something, and then he just turns around and like walks away. And then Rylee just like, Rylee was so scared and like freaked out by this moment. And then like,
just like, oh my god, I don't want this.
And honestly, like I didn't really care, because I know that this guy is just some dude hanging out next to a dumpster, literally has nothing better to do with his life.
Yeah.
And he is hanging out with these two crackhead looking girls. I can tell that he thinks he's a fucking pimp. And he's like, because I've hung out with Hollywood a lot, and I've met a lot of people like this, where they come up to girls going, what's up, blah, 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 blah. And they try to like make them their girls or whatever, but like the only girls that they're gonna get are like people who are half out of their mind from doing drugs their whole lives. You know what I mean? It's like, you're not gonna get any normal type of person to respond to you. And either way, he's trying to like do that shit, whatever. I really didn't care. Rylee was like so distraught by this shit and like seeing how distraught Rylee was by it, it really fucking made me angry. I was like, fuck, like this really pisses me off that he kind of scared Rylee like this. And then as Rylee and I get back into the car, I'm like turning on the car, and he's standing outside the 7-Eleven, and we're just like staring at each other. And Riley's like, stop staring at him. And I'm just like super pissed off, so I just keep staring at him, like mean mugging him. And then he's like putting his head up like this, and I roll down the window, and I'm like, what the fuck do you want, you fucking homeless bum? Because I was just super pissed, you know what I mean? It's just like, obviously I'm not going to talk to actual homeless person like that, but just like at him, I was just trying to be fucking vulgar and angry, and I was just pissed off at the moment. So I was just like, what the fuck do you want, you homeless bum? And then he immediately just like starts running up to the car, and as he's running up, I see him putting his hand into his waist. And I did not see what Rylee said about the knife, so if I had known that it was just a knife, like I would have just rolled up the window and been like, what the fuck are you gonna do? But I saw him running up to the car, putting his hand in the waist, like to his waist or whatever, and I was like, fuck this. I reversed, and we skirted the fuck out of there. And then I was just like, bruh, I was like, fuck no. I was like, I'm not gonna have this dude just fucking try to pull a gun on me in fucking Ventura in the Valley. You know what I mean? Like, it's like a super nice area. There is gang banging activity, but not like that. There's no graffiti, or it's like not that type of area. You know what I mean? Where that type of shit should happen. And I was just like, number one, I'm not a part of the gang life and all that stuff. You know what I mean? So I was just like, this is not fucking chill. So I was like, Rylee, should we call the police right now? She's like, yeah. So I fucking bust the bitch. We turn around, park across the street. I call the cops. They fucking come through really, really quickly. And then they put him we're watching across the street. They fucking like put him against the wall, blah blah, like search him and shit. And I guess they only find the knife. But when I called the cops, I was like, yo, this dude's running up to our car, putting his hand in his waist.
He tried to like fucking. He did that.
Right? We were both like, yo. And then
it's like, I didn't know what else he could have had.
And then basically the situation ends with the cops fucking. We see across the street, they just fist bump this dude, and he just goes like this and like takes his two fucking girls and just walks away. And I was just like, what? Like, really? They just fist bump this guy? Like, this is the shit that, like, I've been watching a lot of these videos about the crime in Chinatown in Oakland, and a lot of the people who work in the city, like, their main complaint is like, yo, the reason...
Backed off the K dropped a bag $4.99 through Super Chat. Yuriy, time to pull out your AD card.
Thank you so much for the $4.99, bro. I really appreciate that. But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I've been watching all these like Oakland Chinatown videos, and like the crime rate out there is like crazy right now, where people are getting robbed during the day and all this stuff. And a lot of the community leaders are saying like the main issue is people are getting caught for these crimes, but they will spend a day or two in jail, or they'll even get released the day of. They'll just get taken to the station and then get released immediately, even though they'll, you know, have a charge for pulling a gun on someone or attempting to do this or doing that or whatever. And just like, yes, they'll get caught, but they're just going to get released, and they know that, oh, I'm just going to go to jail for a couple of days, so I'm just going to keep committing crimes because I don't give a fuck or whatever, basically.
Exactly.
And when I saw that, I was like, bro, that is that right there.
That's the issue.
This dude just fucking did all this shit, and the cops don't give a fuck. But then to give the cops the benefit of the doubt, on our way home, this was really weird. On our way home, I get a call from a weird from a number I don't have saved, and I'm like, what the hell? That's strange. I'm like, who's this? Pick up the phone, and they're like, yo, did you call LAPD like 10 minutes ago or some shit like that? And I was like, yeah. They're like, yo, we just wanted to get the full story of what exactly happened. So I explained to them what I just told you guys right now, and at the end of the me explaining what I said, I was like, yeah, it was kind of disappointing to see that you guys greeted him with like a fucking fist bump, and that was like the end of the situation. And they were like, oh, like we they're basically saying like that he went in for the fist bump, and they like to keep like a good rep with the community, and they don't want to be disrespectful, or it's basically they're just saying that like they do take their job seriously, and like they were there for a serious situation, but he went in for the fist bump and they didn't want to say no or some shit like that, and they did it just out of a sign for respect. I don't know. It was very, very weird.
Yeah.
But they were like,
but he did want to explain it.
Yeah, exactly. It did seem like they were taking their
genuine.
shit serious.
Yeah.
So I was just like, all right, thank you guys. You guys were there hella quick, but it was a whack ass situation that I was just like, bruh, that's so fucking annoying. You know?
Fuck that fool.
And it's just like, it's so frustrating.
Fuck that fool. As soon as that's why I freaked out, is because I saw the knife. I wouldn't have freaked out because I didn't think he was gonna do anything really.
Mm-hmm.
But when I saw that, I was like, okay, maybe he is in that, like,
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe he is.
But you know what's funny is like after we went outside and we were like sitting across the street, I saw like when we went back to the dumpster to kick it, I saw the other people he was hanging out with. I realized, I was like, oh, like this guy is like a homeless crackhead, you know what I mean? Like he is just hanging out with all these, you can tell they're like drug users.
Yeah.
Like, and I was just thinking like, why did I take that situation seriously? Like I actually assumed like he was serious. Like if I had all this pre-notion information, like I would have been not taking that situation so seriously. I would have been like, fuck off, dude. You know what I mean? Basically. And also what I didn't like is the two store clerks, they were laughing about it.
Yeah, I know.
When the dude fucking left, they were just like, they're looking at each other laughing. And I was like,
dude.
I was like, you guys are whack, dude. Like that's a whack ass situation. But either way,
whatever.
I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. I don't know it's, oh yeah, what I was going to say is like, one thing I did have to say is like, it gets kind of frustrating when there's certain people, like I feel like I don't go into the world looking for trouble. You know what I mean? Like I don't go into the world mean mugging people, talking down to people, like I don't like doing any of that. You know what I mean? Like I like having a good relationship with everyone I come in contact with, and stuff like that. So it's just like, it's really frustrating when you're trying to live your life in a way where you are trying to be a good person, but then there's people who just like are pushing your buns like that, dude. And you're like, what the fuck, dude? Like, you know, that's so fucking annoying. Like, get your shitty way of life out of my fucking realm of existence. It's so annoying.
Stupid fucker.
Anyway, that was that. That was the topic you wanted to bring up?
Yeah, I hate that fool.
Either way, here comes the topic. I mean, the fucking comments.
What?
About that. What was your other topics, Ren? Just curious. Maybe you can get into it as I'm rolling this joint, so I can take a little break, because I feel like I was talking that whole time. Ugh, just talking about it made me angry again. I was just like, bruh, like, why the fuck? Like, I grew up in Hollywood where I saw people like this all the time. They thought they were pimps. They thought they were gangsters, but they're just fucking dudes who have nothing to do all day, you know?
Alright, so I guess I'll just talk about a crazy story that happened.
Oh my god, recently?
Yesterday.
Oh.
Another crazy story. So, yesterday, Yuri and I were having like a very productive day.
Mm-hmm.
We're like cleaning and stuff, and I went to the gym, and I came back, I'm getting like nervous talking.
That's what I'm
about
saying.
it.
I don't know if you want to. I don't know. Up to you.
I guess. Fuck it. I guess I'll talk about it.
You want me to talk about it?
So I got when I came home from the gym.
We were taking shots.
We were taking shots downstairs, and I had my hair up in a bun. And we started walking back upstairs to come into the studio, and Yuri like stops me right away as soon as like I walk up in front of him, and he's like, "Oh my God, babe, like what happened?" And I'm just like, what? And like I'm freaking the fuck out, and like he touches my head, and I'm like, what?
And originally when I saw this,
he's like, "Oh my God, did you burn your hair off?"
Yeah, like basically like Rylee, you know, like we have that hairline at the bottom, and I saw that there was like a part where it just like went up hella. And I saw it, and I was like, and I remembered I saw you curling your hair like 2 days ago or yesterday or something like that, and I was thinking like, oh my God, Rylee burned her hair and she didn't notice. And then I was like, babe, you're gonna get so upset right now. But I was like, please relax and calm down. She's like, what is it?
And he's like, okay, let me take a picture. And he showed me it, and my fucking shit was literally bald. It was not burnt hair. Like, I know what burnt hair looks like. That's breakage. Like when you burn your hair off, it's not like skin to the scalp. It's like your hair will just like be very short and broken.
Yeah, it would be hard to get.
It's like like that. Like that. It's probably like some breakage right there.
Mm-hmm.
Like the heat like breaks the hair off. But when I saw that, I was like, oh my God! I touched it, and it was like so smooth. I immediately freaked the fuck out, started crying, and I was like, oh my God! Like we have to go to the hospital straight up, because I've never dealt with any type of hair loss at all like that. Like I have really thick, long hair right now.
And I've
I've always like shedded a lot, like normal.
A lot of girls like.
A lot of girls do, but
yeah.
I never even noticed a clump of my hair fall out. Like that's the trippy part.
That's what I was gonna say is like, you didn't even notice that. You know, like we did. I don't know how long we went without noticing that, but it's like. I noticed it immediately as soon as but I feel like I always walk behind you. Like I always let you walk in front of me, and just like, how did I not notice that earlier unless it just happened recently?
But I was telling Yuri that like recently I was like, when I get nervous, I fiddle around the back of my head, and I noticed that my hair was feeling a little thinner down there. So I don't know if it was just like slowly coming off as I was washing it and brushing it, but yeah, a whole chunk was off. I was like, we need to go to the hospital, because I was having like other like little weird scares here and there to go to the hospital for too. And I was just like, maybe something really is like wrong with me.
And it's like, I don't want people to think like, oh, it just like a little bit of hair was missing. No, it's like a little, you know, it's noticeable that.
It's noticeable. I can't wear my hair up anymore, pretty much.
Not really.
I can't.
But I sent the picture really to my mom, and my mom like texted me back, or I think she called me or texted me back, and she was like saying like, oh, that's either stress related, which I can completely see happening, because to be honest, the past month has been like a really difficult month for the both of us. So it's just like, I could definitely see that being stress related, but like, and then my mom was also saying that it could be a vitamin deficiency, which I also can see, because you were working this job where I saw the salon, like you guys have hella windows, like our warehouse has not a single window there. You know, everything's closed, you know what I mean? So it's just like, I feel like it could be a mixture of both, you know what I mean? Like, cause we haven't, you know, especially you with like, you know, we were talking about how your grandma passed away. You were very, very, very close with her, and like, that we had to go to the funeral, and like all this other stuff has been happening. So just like, I could definitely see it being stress related, but I could also see it being like a thing of the vitamin deficiency thing.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know. It's crazy. Like
basically,
I don't know. It was so scary. We had to go to the hospital. We went to the the emergency urgent care or whatever, and I got looked at and stuff.
And it was really quick.
It was really, really quick, which I was surprised.
We went to a Kaiser, and the Kaiser I'm used to is the one, because I used to live in Hollywood, and the main I'm not sure if that was the first one or something like that, but that's like the main one out there or whatever, or in Los Angeles, and that one's so fucking busy, dude. Like, I remember a long time ago I broke my ankle skating, and my parents, instead of driving me 10 minutes to Kaiser, they drove me 30 minutes to another hospital that was 30 minutes away, just because the wait would be shorter there because they knew that in Kaiser I'd be sitting in a waiting room with my broken ankle for hours.
Yeah.
And like fuck that, you know. So when we went there, I was like surprised by how quick everything was. I was like, yo, like shit's, and they're nice. The first time we went there for the last story we told,
oh my god,
maybe it's because we were both
mad.
panicking, and also it was the morning, so maybe the people are very grumpy in the morning too.
Yeah,
you know,
that's true.
that was the night shift, so everyone's chilling.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it was a good experience for the most part. The first doctor was kind of like taking me off, but that's just because I was in a weird state. I was just like, oh my god, like,
yeah,
I'm really bald back there right now. It's just crazy. I mean, like, I'm so thankful. Like, I keep telling myself, like, don't complain. There's so much worse that could happen.
And I was telling you too that like I'm
just lucky because we had her check out the other stuff that I needed.
I was
gonna
say that,
and it seems like
that calmed us both down. Where there was like 2 things we were really worried about, and she checked out both, and she was just like, these are, you know, it should be fine, basically.
Yeah, and it's just, I'm just not trying to like feel too bad for myself about it. But it just, it's just crazy. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
I just did not expect that at all.
Me neither.
I was so shocked.
And
especially because I can't see it, so like
that's why I had to take the picture.
Was like, oh my god, I don't know.
That's why when I saw it, I was like looking around thinking like how I can show it to you, and I was like, the only way is the picture, so I had to take a picture.
But I did want to talk about the story because I just wanted to see if anybody else like has dealt with this or like knows any remedies or things to help cope with it. I don't know.
I was telling Rylee that like my sister has had to have like surgery on her neck before, like multiple times, and each time they have to shave her head, and the wound or the cut wound or whatever goes into her hairline basically, and she was also worried like my hair's not gonna grow back there, you know, because it's a big ass cut, but it still grew back or whatever, and she's regrew her hair back numerous times, you know what I mean. They've had to shave it so many times. So just like I could definitely see it being a thing where I was telling Rylee, I was like, this is a sign that we need to learn how to live a little bit more stress free and not like take shit so seriously and like just try to relax a little bit, you know?
Yeah, I think so too. And I had to get my blood drawn because I was like, I just draw my blood because I need to see like what the hell is wrong with me.
Dude, you want to talk about what happened during that?
Oh my god,
that was scary.
So Yuri and I have to wait in this office for like 20 to 30 minutes at least, right? I feel like 20 at least.
Everything else was quick, but at the end they're like, all right, you guys, because we asked to have her blood drawn because that's what my mom recommended. My mom's like, has been a nurse and shit, so we're like, yeah, we're gonna go get our blood drawn. So we go to the waiting room for the blood drawing,
which already terrifies me, by the way. I hate needles.
No one's in there. No one's in the waiting room, and it says, Rylee, 5 to 10 minute wait. And I'm like, oh, sweet.
Fire.
Hell yeah, it's going to be way faster than the other room. And then it goes 5 to 10 and then 1 to 5. And it stays on 1 to 5 for like 20 minutes. And we're just there like bored as fuck.
So our theory was like the nurse was on her lunch and like there was nobody in there. So she was probably thinking she had like hella time.
Yeah, exactly.
So she comes in and she's like about to draw my blood, which I like have a phobia too of needles.
Fuck that.
And I've only had to take draw my blood once before, and it was terrifying.
And the room was really small, so I couldn't be in there with her. So I was like, yo, I'm just gonna go wait in the waiting room because it was a tiny ass room. So I go to the waiting room, and I'm just chilling there on my phone, blah blah, whatever. And then like 10 minutes later, I'm like thinking like, I haven't heard anything in that room, and it's been a minute.
She was taking so long to prep. I was like, oh my god, let's just get this on with.
She's being careful.
I know. She like rubber bands me, puts the needle in, and then she goes, oh my god. And I was like, what the fuck? Why did she say oh my god? And so like that freaked me out, and I start
hyperventilating,
like breathing. She's like, just breathe normal, but like you can feel, like blood is leaving your body.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so like I'm just like trying to breathe, I'm just like trying to think happy thoughts. And she takes it out and stuff, and she looks at me and she's like, are you okay? And I was like, I like kept looking at the like bulletin board across from me trying to read it because I thought I was gonna faint. And she like put this like little pad down so I could like rest my head down, and she's like, oh my god, like you lost your color, blah blah blah, and she goes and grabs Yuri.
And then I'm like chilling in the waiting room on my phone, and then I just see the lady, and she's like, can you come in here really quick? She's like, can you come in here? And I was like, yeah. I fucking grab my phone, grab my stuff. I walk in there, and then she's like, just stay with her. She's like, she lost the color, but it looks like it's coming back right now. And I was like looking at Rylee, and Rylee was looking like this like bruised color, like this yellow green, like not, you know, it's like this very bruised, fully bruised looking color. And I was like, oh my god, like Rylee, like I was like, you do look like a different color. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, I was scared.
And she was like, oh, I think her color's coming back. She's like, I was so scared. She's like, I was gonna press the button, and like there's like this button on the wall that says emergency.
She's like, you okay?
It's like a giant red button that says emergency. She's like, I was gonna press the button. I was like, what the fuck? This giant red emergency button.
Dude, so scary.
Oh, bruh.
I hate that. I hate that so much.
What I hated even worse for you, because I can only imagine the feeling because I've been there before, but when we were walking back to the car, and it was like warm outside. It was like you could be in shorts and a t-shirt and you'd be fine, and Rylee was just like,
oh yeah, I was like,
she was like shivering, and I was like, oh my god. I was like, the fact that you're cold right now is scaring me because it's fucking warm.
It was so cold.
I was just like, Jesus. But then by the time we got home and you ate some food, we were doing way better.
Yeah, it was fine, but it was crazy.
Bruh, that was a whole experience
Drama.
that I've never dealt with before. You've never dealt with before, but honestly, I'm glad that I'm glad that we went, because like there's one of the things that we were really concerned about, we've been concerned about for like months, you know what I mean, for like a while, and then we finally you've had it looked at before, but like you finally had it double checked by a different person who again says it's chill.
And this is a doctor.
Exactly. So just like that really calmed both of our nerves, and then this other thing popped up. They checked that out. That was perfectly fine as well. So like I said, we just need to learn how to live a little stress free. We forgot to go to Whole Foods today, but we got to go to Whole Foods, grab like some hair nutrients and skin nutrients and stuff like that, and then it should be fine.
I try not to freak myself out every time I touch my head, but that's that.
I was trying to. It's hard to like tell, you know, ask someone to relax or calm down. You know what I mean? It's like you have to like build techniques and where you're able to relax yourself and calm down, because like even with the tooth thing, when I found out about my wisdom tooth, remember I was sitting here, I was like they're gonna have to cut my shit open, I might have to go to the hospital, blah blah, and you were like, babe, calm down, just stop thinking about it or whatever. And then like I kind of reached this point where I'm like, I'm not even thinking about it at all, you know. It's like I need to prepare for it in a little bit, but like I completely just shut it out of my mind.
Yeah.
And it's like you also do this thing too where you like hype yourself up, you know what I mean? It's like, and it honestly, you know what helped me get past that is breaking my bones before. Like I remember the first time I had a really bad injury. I don't think I even broke anything, but I really bad twisted my ankle or I did something, and you get to this moment where you're just like, oh my god, oh my fucking god, my wrist, oh my, and like you can hype yourself up where it becomes 10 times worse than what it really is, you know what I mean? Like, and obviously yes, people deal with pain differently, and like, you know, that is painful, but like by the second time I broke my leg, I remember I got to this point where I was just like in this zen mode where I was just like focusing on thinking of the pain going away, you know. Like I remember just thinking like, I know there's pain and I know it's gonna probably get worse, but we just gotta get through this, you know what I mean? Like, bro, that shit sucks. I remember I told you this too, but what sucks is like the last time I did something to my ankle, when I went to the hospital, I was trying to be some fucking tough dude for some reason, and when they were asking me if I felt any pain, I was like, oh yeah, it's moderate, yeah, it's not too bad, like yeah, I'm fucking chilling, blah blah. And they were just like, all right, here's some Advil, and then they fucking sent me home and like, you know, scheduled me for all these surgeries and all this other stuff or whatever. But when I got home and I realized exactly how much pain I was in, I was like, why the fuck did I say that? I was like, I should have fucking said I was in the actual amount of pain I was in so I can get some pain medication. I was like, I fucked up. Weed is not doing it for this.
Exactly. Fuck that, dude.
Weed only works so well for pain, you know?
Yeah.
Either way.
What's your next topic, Bo?
This is something that I feel like some of you guys might know already, but bruh,
What?
I remember thinking when I was a kid, keeping up with the news is dumb. It's a waste of time. It's all negative. But recently, I keep saying I've just been keeping up with all these fucking news channels, and the stories you hear is just ridiculous, dude. It's just like I'm falling into the fucking rabbit hole of getting like, oh wow, look at this. Oh wow, look at that. Oh, I can't believe this happened. Like they're fucking getting me back to back to back. And with this story, it was just insane. Like basically, it's about a dude who murdered his 2 kids because he thought they were reptilians, and like that itself sounds fucking ridiculous, right? But then the details of the story gets even more ridiculous, where him and his wife and his 2 kids, and the kids were like a 10-month-old and like a 2-year-old or something like that, very young, and they both lived in Santa Barbara, California, and had a surfing school, and apparently a successful surfing school. And I saw videos where people were going through the website of their surfing school, and there's happy pictures of him and his wife and his kids. Like it's all plastered with him and his family. They're all a part of the thing. It seems like they're all a big one happy family. And apparently one day the father leaves with the kids and doesn't tell the wife anything, and the wife gets scared. She gets nervous. So she calls the police, and she's like, yo, my husband didn't tell me anything. He just took my 2 kids and left. Like, I don't know what's going on. And then the cops started tracking this guy. And apparently he went to Mexico. He checked in some hotel with his kids at 6 in the morning. And then, like, leaves with his kids, like, a little bit later. And then, like, 5 hours later, returns back to the hotel without his kids. And then immediately grabs his stuff and starts heading back to the United States. And then as he's crossing the border from Mexico to the United States, they stop him at the border because, you know, this warning was issued for this dude or whatever. And they were, like, basically saying, like, where's the kids? And I forgot how like, they got the details out, but apparently he stabbed his kids to death with a fishing harpoon. Mm-hmm. Which is, like...
a spear gun, right?
A spear gun, or like a fishing spear gun or something like that. And the reason he did is because... his wife had reptilian DNA, and he thought, and she gave it to his kids, and his kids were reptiles. And I was just like, I was like, what the fuck? Like, when I hear stories like this, I get, like, when it happens to some person who, when someone does something like this, and they're, you know, like, living on the streets, or, like, not a very successful person, I'm thinking, like, damn, that's crazy or whatever. But then when I hear stories of, like, a person who has a family, a house, a car, a successful business, I start thinking, like, how is this guy, like, to run a business, you have to communicate with people. You have to fucking talk to people. You have to, you know, there's all these steps and processes where you have to do all these, you know, social interactions. And I'm just like, how do you get to this point in your life where you've done all these social interactions successfully, where you have a business, you have a wife, you have kids, you have all this stuff, everything seems to be going fine, and then you all of a sudden murder your kids because you think they're reptiles. You know what I mean? Like, that literally, it's insane. Like, it's crazy. It's almost like someone zapped his brain one night, and
he's like brainwashed by something.
It literally seems like brainwashing, right? It's like, dude. But apparently this guy was a heavy QAnon follower. I'm not exactly sure if QAnon's like a cult or a group or whatever, but he was like heavy into QAnon, and QAnon is like known for having crazy theory, like, what are they called? I forgot the word for it. Conspiracy theories. Like, they just have all these crazy conspiracy theories, and I think the main one that they go off of is that the government, anyone who works for the government, any politicians, like anyone who's been presidents or any of that stuff, they're all reptiles who work together.
Successful people.
Yeah, to like control the population or some shit. And apparently he was really into that stuff, which is just like,
it's like, how do you do that to your little baby's face?
Bruh.
You're fucking sick.
You know what I think could have happened is just like, I think he was heavy into QAnon. He was like
he just brainwashed, like how all these people who like say they do it at like for God and Jesus told me to, like all these people, you know.
But you know how like sometimes you'll go on to that, what's that like website where you can type in your symptoms and it'll tell you like what your diagnosis is, like
WebMD.
Yeah, WebMD or whatever. You know how some people will go to WebMD and they'll be like, oh my god, I'm a schizophrenic, paranoid fucking murderer. Like they'll think that they're all these things because they align with some of these symptoms or whatever, right? Like I think that he probably went through something similar, where as he's reading about all this QAnon bullshit and he's like learning more about it, he's like,
like he's reading things saying like, oh, if they have blue eyes and you know their eyebrows are this size, then they must be reptiles. And he's probably like looking over at his kids like, oh shit, like that's what they're talking about. You know what I mean? Like I bet you he's having that WebMD shit where the things he's reading, he just like fucking portrays it on and stuff in his surroundings. You know. Yeah. But what's even funnier about it is in the pictures, he looks like a fucking reptile. He literally looks like
fucking creepy.
He looks like a lizard. He looks like a lizard. Like the way his face is like, if you like, it literally looks like an anamorphic, you know, dude who once was a dude and becomes a lizard, or once was a lizard becomes a dude.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, fuck that guy. Why the fuck would you kill your kids with a spear gun, you freaking idiot?
Psycho.
Hopefully there's, I don't know, like what. I don't know. In my opinion, I feel like once you die, depending on what your karma is, you get this gamble of like what animal you're gonna become next. You know what I mean? And if you were just like, some monk ass, godly ass person, they're just gonna fucking make you like an eagle, or I don't know, like something cool or something like that, or whatever. Like I don't know, a dolphin. What's like, I don't know, whatever you fucking wish to be. But I feel like the people who are just like super shitty like that, they just become like some insect that survives off eating shit for a living. Like all this insect does is eat poop and lives inside the poop it eats. And that's all it does. Like he's probably gonna become that for 100 years.
Yeah, fuck that. Exactly. I hope so.
Bruh.
He deserves.
What a fucking crazy story. Like, his poor, like, bruh,
No.
that's so fucked up because like kids, literally,
there's nothing else you could say. It's disgusting.
But like as a kid, it's in your DNA to like once you see your mom and dad, that's your trusting fucking sphere of reality where you're like, they will take care of me, anything they do is for my well-being, and then their dad does that. Like,
well, look at Chris Watts, that other guy that murdered his wife and kids. Right.
Why'd he do it? He did it because they were like divorcing or leaving or something like that.
Yeah, he wanted to leave her.
Jesus Christ.
Fucking sicko.
Do you have any more topics? I know you have one more.
No.
You have one more. You just don't want to say it.
No.
But yeah, what is it?
No.
What is it?
I just don't want to.
Oh, wow. Oh, see, you do have. Why do you write topics you don't want to say? Let me see what it is.
No.
Let me just see what it is. Well, you're going to delete it?
No.
Let me just see what it is.
No.
You can't write topics. This is your.
They're just to have just on deck, just in case.
This is just. We need them. This is the just in case. You do this thing where I'm like, you got topics? You're like, yeah, I got topics. And then when it comes down to it, where's the topic set? Oh, no, I don't want to do any of these. Let me
want
just
to talk about your guest appearances this past week?
Oh, yeah.
That's one of my topics.
Boom, that's perfect. I didn't even have that in my head.
You kind of talked about it
a little bit, yeah. A little bit.
See, sometimes I'm just like, this is dumb. Yuri's not going to want to talk about this.
No, that's just bring it up, and then we can be like, oh, okay, no, we can't say much about that or something. I don't know.
Okay.
Either way, next topic is this past week, I made a guest appearance, and I've been on the No Jumper show before for a little bit. I think I've done one full episode before, so this is the second time I've done a full episode, and I think the last time I did it I was in a Jake Paul boxing robe. But yeah, a huge shout out to Adam, House Phone, and AD for letting me on the show. And House Phone wasn't there because he I don't know what he was doing, but basically House Phone wasn't there, and Adam was just like, oh yeah, Yuri, you can come on. So huge shout out to Adam for that. Second time I was on the show, it was a super super fun time. I had a really interesting time, and you know it's weird, or not weird, but like a realization I came to when I go there is when I did that show. And actually no, I came to this realization then after I did At the End of the Day, because I did the No Jumper show on Tuesday, and then AD invited me on At the End of the Day on Wednesday as well. So I was on episode 45 of that. That was also a really good time. And I remember the second time I came on for At the End of the Day, like I had this moment thinking, like, as soon as I sat down and we got into the conversating, I was thinking like, dude, this feels almost like a basketball game, like, or like, you know, some sort of like a football game, or like some sort of sporting event where once you get there, it's like your head's in the game. You know, it's like the point is to talk. You know what I mean? Like the point is to keep the conversation flowing in this like interesting way or whatever. And like at first I was like super nervous, thinking like, oh, because I don't know what the topics are. Like they discuss the topics themselves. I'm just a guest, so I come on, I don't know what the topics are. So like I'm just like, I don't even know what they want to talk about, and I don't want to just start talking about random shit that I fucking know or care about or whatever. But
I had that interesting dynamic where like as soon as I sit down and we were like having that conversation, it felt like I was in like, you know, a game, and I'm just like, but instead of like bouncing a basketball and trying to make a hoop, you're just like trying to flow with the conversation. And I kind of like, it was like an interesting challenge, you know, where I enjoyed it, and I was like, oh, this is fun.
Yeah.
I really liked it.
You did a really good job.
Thank you.
Yeah.
On
People think so too.
I went through like the comments of the No Jumper show, and I feel like a lot of people didn't like me on the No Jumper show for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know. Probably just 'cause I don't know. I can't explain it. A lot of the comments were about how they missed house phone, but
I think it's just because you weren't talking as much, so they didn't get to see your personality probably.
But then at the end of the day, I went through those comments, and there was like a bunch of people saying like, "Yo, I'm
They
the
loved
best
you.
episode ever. I'm hyped to see Yuriy on this, blah blah." So huge shout out to all you guys who enjoyed that content. That was a lot of fun for me.
Yuriy is like the only person who like knows how to do a live stream. I feel like for real, like really good. He knows how to constantly be entertaining and know what to say. He always knows how to keep it rolling. So I think people forget that or like don't even think that about him, but he's really good at what he does.
Thanks, babe. But sometimes I feel the opposite, where I'll watch our shows or I'll watch streams we've done or I've done, and I'm just like, bro, like why do I say that or why do I talk like that? Like I always like just critique myself, like, bro, that's so cringy or something like that. You know, I start
No.
tripping out. Either way, both those shows were hella fun. I'm super appreciative for Adam and AD for letting me on, because, you know, it just like they can have hella guests on. They can have anyone they want on. So it's really cool that they allowed me on. Even though, yeah, the No Jumper show thing was just like super last minute, but I'm just glad they allowed that to happen. It was a lot of fun.
You're a great addition.
Thank you. Do you have any other topics?
No, what about you?
My last one I have written down, which I wanted to save for the end, and it's basically, and this is not only a topic, but this is also an apology, because I feel like a lot of our
For what?
videos have apologies in them because we're always slacking on shit. But we have the stickers done. So if you guys probably can see, this is one of the new stickers that we worked on. There's another new sticker underneath there. You're not going to see the full design of it yet, but there's 2 new stickers in here, and there's 5 stickers in total in each one of these packs. We finally made the sticker packs. We have 50 of them that we want to make available for sale. We had like some other ones that we made on the side that we gave to like, you know, everyone at No Jumper, like everyone we know basically. But we wanted to have the website, because last time I made stickers and like I was like I put them up for sale. I did it through my Instagram, and I basically like did like Cash App, Venmo shit, like, and I was just like keeping in contact through the DMs, and it was so hard to keep in like everything organized with everyone, you know what I mean? Like it was so hard to find the DMs, and like it was just like it got hella hectic and disorganized, and a lot of people just like it kind of makes an extra barrier where it's like harder to get a sticker when you got to do all this extra work instead of just going to a website and just purchasing, you know? So I wanted to make a website. I thought we would be able to get it done by now, but that whole thing happened yesterday where we had to go to, you know, do that, and like Rylee and I were doing shit today too. So we don't have the website done yet, but we will have the 50 sticker packs available on the website for $10 each pack. Let us know in the comments if you guys think that's, I don't know, it's like I feel like it's worth it for these amount of stickers. It's just like they were so expensive to make for everything. Like it just, maybe if we bought 1,000 stickers it would have been way cheaper, but it was just very expensive to make all these stickers. But either way,
Let us know what you think.
yeah, we're gonna put up 50 of them for $10, and then if we're able to sell all 50 of them, that's exactly how much money we invested into the stickers, and then we could take that money and make the shirts with that, because we're gonna work on the shirts soon.
Lazy design.
We're supposed to meet up with him on this upcoming week, but I'm not exactly sure when. He wanted to meet up on Monday, but obviously I'm working Monday, so we have to find a good day to meet up. But we're gonna meet up with Lazy, and he's gonna make a design. I'm super excited for it. I'm like, I have an idea of what he's gonna do, but I'm just curious to see how it's gonna be executed. It's gonna be super sick.
I know, I'm so excited to see. Tonight's the finale of Love Island.
Oh, yes, and it's 1 episode short,
1 episode.
right? So
yeah, we think that they were wrapping it up early because they lost all their good people.
yeah, we always talk about Love Island towards the end, just to see if anyone.
Like a 5-10 minute.
Yeah, just see if anyone cares. But obviously, Rylee and I have been watching this reality show called Love Island, and tonight, it's probably going on right now already, is the finale. It's 2 hours.
I think so.
It's going to be the finale episode where one couple wins $100,000, and then they take the couple and they ask them, they take them like separately, and they ask the girl like, are you keeping the 100K to yourself, or are you splitting it with your man? And she's just like, we're together, I'm splitting it, you know, like we're together forever. And then they'll go to the guy and they'll be like, all right, are you splitting it or are you keeping the 100K? And he can be like, I was playing her the whole time, I want the 100K to myself. And she could be like, I just lost $50,000 and my heart's broken. You know.
Nobody's ever done that, I don't think.
On the US one.
On the US one.
Yeah, in the UK one they've done it before.
I don't know. I think
oh,
maybe
really?
Once. On that weird show.
You gotta be.
That my friend was on, they did the same thing where like they could split it and stuff, but the guy was like, nope, I'm taking it, and he played the girl. You
gotta be like a really good, you gotta be handsome, a really good actor, a really good lover, you know what I mean? Like trick a girl into loving you, and like you also gotta trick the audience into loving your couple.
Imagine
there's
Will
so many
does it
things.
To Kira.
No, he would never.
No,
He cares about his reputation so much.
Yeah, I don't think so.
That's what's interesting is like, I wish there was a way to screen the people, or for them to screen the people where they don't care about their public image, because it feels like some of the girls they brought on later on, where they were like, now we're introducing 3 new girls to the island. It feels like the new girls are always like, I'm here to fuck all the dudes, I don't give a fuck, you know, it's like some Maury shit. It's like they don't give a fuck about their reputation, they're just there to have a good time, find a dude, and like, you know, do some shit like that. And just like they need to have all their originals have that energy, where they're there to fucking party. There needs to be like some what was that Jersey Shore. It needs to be some Jersey Shore cast where they're all there just like, I'm here to have a good time.
Yep.
Blah blah, you know.
There used to be a show on MTV called Are You the One? Have you ever heard that?
You've talked about it before.
Yeah, that one was crazy too, because the whole time you're trying to look for your perfect match, and every ceremony you don't know who your match is, you just have to sit next to them, and then every light that comes on is like a match in the house, but nobody knows whose match whose it is, so everybody's just like fucking around with each other trying to find their match. So that stirred hella shit.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, that one was a good one.
That's
I don't think they do
funny.
that show anymore, but I know, I can't wait for tonight.
I was gonna say is like, that's what made this, because Riley's been talking about how the season's kind of lacking, and I think that's what it has to do with is like, number one, some of the dudes they invited on have no personality.
No, they're so dry.
Like I want to see what their audition tape looked like, because they must have been like dancing and shit. Like how the fuck did they get on? And then once they're on, they're just like, a girl's just like, Cinco, I love you. I've never felt like this about a man before, and I think that we could really take it all the way. And then she just goes on a rant about how much she loves this guy, how much she means to him, or he means to her, and then he would just be like,
I'm open.
I got you, babe. You know I got you. You know I got you no matter what. I got you. Like he just says the same, like, bro. He has no input like on anything. Literally, it's just so boring watching him. And then all the rest of the people, you can tell they care that America will think that he's a sleazy guy, she's a slutty girl, or something like that. You need a cast of people who are like, I don't care what America thinks, I'm here to party.
They're probably going to be doing that next season because they've gotten such bad ratings on this one.
How do you know what I think the issue is I noticed a trend where almost all the guests that they bring on, all the originals, most of them, there's a couple people who are like from small towns, but it's usually people from big cities like LA, Atlanta, you know, all these like big cities. And in big cities you're used to that public view, you know, that social like input or whatever. But I feel like they need to find people from these like small turned up like Florida towns or Jersey towns and shit like that, where they're just like ready to fucking party and like not give a fuck, you know.
Look at Shannon, she's from a small town in Philly.
That's what I'm saying. Shannon's like one of the craziest ones. Yeah. I bet you if there was like 3 other Joshes in there, she would have been switched up, and there would have been way more drama. But yeah, I don't know. Basically, we both know that it's either going to be Kira and Will who win the 100,000, or Corey and Olivia. And neither of them are going to do any shiesty shit. They're both going to split the money.
Yeah, it's going to be a boring ending, but we still got to watch it. We got to see how it ends.
It's funny because they're going to get quote unquote $50,000, but depending on where that company operates from, they're going to have to get, or where they live, I think, they're going to have to, you know, pay those taxes. So if they live in Los Angeles, they're getting 25 grand. 25 is going to the taxes.
I know, you're probably like not getting shit.
Yeah, honestly. You're just like, bruh. But I think it's just a cool experience. You're literally
On a vacation.
On a vacation, all paid, like everything's taken care of, but you're dealing with constant heartbreak and drama. That's your payment. Is your like the more heartbreak
and weird challenges.
Wait, that honestly is a trend there, where the couples that go through the most shit, they're the ones that go on the dates. They're the ones that get the more camera time and stuff like that. So just like it's like a hotel, but the currency is heartbreak and pain. You know, and the more heartbreak and pain you go through, the more popular and better experience you're gonna get. They're gonna like take you and your fucking significant other on like some amazing date where you go to like eat dinner next to the volcano, and then take you back to the island and be like, all right, now you guys have to eliminate one of your best friends.
Yeah. And we're bringing on 3 new
hot
boys.
girl. Yeah, exactly, or some shit like that. And they're just like, bro, we just had the best day of our lives. Now we have to deal with this shit.
And it's amazing. It's the best show.
I like the last season more. I agree.
The last season was way better.
You said first season was boring too. What if they just cancel it? Because it's not, you know.
I think they're going to do one more season. I think they're going to try one more, and I think they're going to really...
They got to really screen people. And apparently they don't do a good job screening people, because on the last season, some dude had to go home because he was like a gay porn star, and they just secretly sent him home without saying anything. Like, there was like a dude, and then the next episode he's gone. And then like every time someone leaves, it's like a thing where they're like, bye, you have 30 minutes to leave, and they hug everyone, and like it's like a whole big deal, but it's like this person just disappears.
They're like, Noah left the villa, and that was it.
Yeah, exactly. And then like you're just like, what happened? And then apparently they found out he was a gay porn star, and they kicked him off for that.
Yep. Dude.
Bro.
I'm like, how do you not see that way before you cast these people? How do you not do your little background check?
Dude, like, actually, I don't know. Porn stars are known for having alternate names.
Yeah, that's
so, you know, you're not gonna find, I don't know.
He was hella
Big
funny.
Dick Jack.
Big Dick Jack.
Like, what if my name was Big Dick Jack? You know what I mean? Or Harmonious Man, for example. Actually, no. There's a lot of things that link Yuriy to Harmonious Man, but yeah, imagine I was just known as Big Dick Jack. Like, who would know?
The real ones. The Harmonious Gang.
Yeah, exactly.
Obviously.
The Harmonious Gang. That's Big Dick Jack. I know him. I know him. This goes back to the first topic they were talking about, the Asspizza event, dude. Number one, that was I forgot to talk about some of the other details, but that was a super fun event. I think he said that's the last one he's doing, so that's really interesting. I should try to cop one of the items from this new drop and see if I get one of my fucking things. But there's so much material, so we should have left our mark on everything. Either way, there was 2 people there that recognized me. They're like, "Yo, Yuriy, what's up? Big fan." Blah blah. One guy, Rick, he gave me a painting. Huge shout out to Ricky, super nice guy. And then later on, we've talked about this before on stream about doing a sleep stream and how we need a place that's audio proof or like soundproof, and obviously a music studio is the best place for audio proofing shit, or just like being loud as fuck and no one hearing it. Asspizza obviously runs 730 Studios, and we've brought up the idea before of renting out one of the cheaper studios or smaller studios that we can afford for like a period of time where we can do a sleep stream in there. And then as I was heading out, I was like saying bye to him. I brought it up to him. I was like, "Yo, like, what do you think about the idea of me renting out one of the studios to do a sleep stream?" He's like, "Oh, dude, perfect idea. Like, I'm more than down for it." He's like, "To be honest," he's like, "just DM me. Like, don't worry about it. Like, we'll like set it up." And I was like, "Bro, that's so sick."
I know.
I'm super excited for that. That should be really cool.
Yep. I was like, see, he's down.
I'm excited.
He was really nice.
Super nice guy, super chill guy. And it's just like, yeah, I don't know.
I know, he was like, you know what? Don't even worry about it.
You know what? Don't even worry about
we
it.
could just figure it out.
Some stoner voice. You know what?
And he doesn't even smoke.
I know, he doesn't smoke or drink, which is crazy.
Good for him.
It just like, yeah, Lil Yachty. Like, I used to be, proud of Lil Yachty because I used to think like, wow, like, it's tough to be a rapper and still not drink or smoke because you're just in the studio trying to be creative. Like, you're hanging out with all these other people that are always drinking and smoking. And like, I was like, damn, that's sick that he stays away from it. And then now we know he sips lean. So I know. We need that bun. Either way, I think that gets. Do you have any more, Rin?
Yeah, that's it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Either way, at this point, we are gonna wrap up the podcast, but we're still gonna do an after show a little bit if you're down.
I'm down.
Guys, I want to give a huge shout out to all of the fucking Patreons. If you guys haven't already, I sent a message when we made the first sticker packs a month ago. Like the first sticker packs a month ago. I sent a message to all the Patreons saying like, yo guys, if you want a sticker pack, just send me your address and I'll send you guys a sticker pack. I sent a sticker to like 90% of the people who replied, and then I ran out of stickers. And then the other day, Rylee and I sent out the rest of the stickers to the other people who replied, and then I sent out another message to the new members of the Patreon, and they also got a sticker pack. So you guys, if you are a part of the Patreon and you haven't received the sticker pack yet, just check the website, check your messages. There's like a message section in the website, and I messaged you. Just send me your address right there, and I'll send you guys a sticker pack for 100% free. And then, like I said, all the rest, 50 of them, are going to be going up for sale this week. I'm not exactly sure when. We're going to hopefully try to do it by tomorrow or something like that, but sometime this week we're going to have the rest of them going up for sale for $10 each. There's something else I wanted to bring up as well. Oh, the P.O. box. I wanted to check the P.O. box before this episode, but we didn't have enough time to do it. So for the next episode, Rylee and I will be checking the P.O. box. Hopefully some stuff is in there, and we'll be opening up everything that, you know, is in there basically on stream for the next episode of Tent Talks. So guys, if you want to send us anything, any type of challenge that you guys want us to do on stream, or just any type of random thing, a letter you guys want us to read or something, our P.O. box address is in the description. If it's not in this one, we're gonna if it's not in the description yet, it's in the other podcast descriptions, or I'm also gonna add it to this one later on tonight. But yeah, just check the if you guys want to send anything, the P.O. box is in the description. We're going to be opening up everything on the next stream. So either way, I want to give a huge shout out to all the Patreons. These are their names flying through the screen right here. Thank you guys so much for supporting the fucking streams. Your guys' money helps with the supporting the streams that we do on this on this channel, because a lot of them are just fucking expensive. Like when we did the beer pong stream, that was like $150 of like, every time we do a stream, it's like I basically spend more money than I make in donations, or like I break even, you know. So it's like you guys really help support, fund the content, and, you know, like make the fucking podcast better constantly. We're able to get shit like the stream deck, which is, this shit's like $250. Huge shout out to the homie who's a manager at Best Buy. He gave me an $80 discount. Thank you so much for that, John. But yeah, it's like you got your guys' support like leads to shit just fucking increasing and getting better here all the time. So thank you guys so much for supporting and believing in us. If you guys can, please, if you're watching this, please leave a like on this video. Please leave a comment, not only in the chat, but in the comment section of this video, because it really helps grow the channel, helps promote it, helps YouTube think that, you know, our shit's popping, and it'll promote it to newer people and shit. And also, if you guys are not subscribed already, double check that, click the subscribe button. And also, if you guys want to be notified for all of our streams and uploads, sometimes like for the Asspizza thing, that stream I was only able to promote it like at 30 minutes in advance on Instagram. So if you guys want to know every time I do a stream, because sometimes I'm not able to promote it as much, like I'll just do like a random stream, make sure you click the bell on YouTube or whatever, like subscribe, and then like to the right you can click down and there's like a bell thing. If you click the bell icon, you'll get notified every single time I go live or we do anything. So thank you guys so much. Like, comment, subscribe. We're gonna end the recording here and then just continue the stream. So peace.